Greetings, fellow space nerds, humans of Earth and beyond. I'm Cornelius, back again with more Starfield shipbuilding. Today, I've got build number 133, arguably one of the finest heavy starfighters of the Star Wars universe, the Aggressive Reconnaissance 170 Starfighter, better known as the ARC 170. Manufactured by the Incom Corporation for the Galactic Republic, this ship served all throughout the Clone Wars and well into the age of the Empire. Easily one of my favorite ships of all of Star Wars. I've been meaning to give this build a try for some time, but I couldn't really figure out how I would do the weapon sponsons since they are so freakishly large on the original ship. Until the badtech mod landed and these flak guns, the deck flak guns, arrived. My first thought when I saw these was, man, if I flip those over, they really look like the guns on an ARC 170. And that was all it took. I had to figure it out at that point. And I'm quite happy with the result. badtech, SMSEX, Tiger shipyards, and multiple cockpits are the main mods that make this bird possible. Let's check her out. The only thing you have to really compromise on is, do you have your S-foils permanently engaged or do you have them closed? Since we do not have the ability to actuate parts, at least not yet. But I think permanently open is a pretty sick look. Those weapon sponsons came out awesome. The overall profile, I think, is about as spot on as I can make it to the original. Of course, proportions wise, we had to upscale this ship quite a lot, but the badtech deck guns is what I used for like a proportion sizer, if you would. Since I knew the size of those, I basically tried to make the ship work using those deck guns. Definitely was not able to get the rear-facing gunner positions, but that's just that's not possible in the game right now either. The nose of this bird is heavily merged, as you can tell, but trying to get that angle was not easy. The engines, I think, came out fantastic. It's actually not that difficult of a merge, which we'll get to in the build. And here we have our Beam Me Up Scotty bay, and let's check out the interior. And we enter into a 2x1 Falkland control station. Really not much to add to these Falkland Habs at all. They are so very well done. And moving forward into the main bridge. This is of course the Tayo variant. Added a nav board, a few different screens, cockpit shoddy because reasons, and some other panels and such. Now we'll head down to our 2x1 all-in-one This is the Stroud Premium. These habs are awesome as well. I was able to add a little bit more. Some lockers, storage for the crew, some screens, some other decorative bits. Well, let's watch some TV. I love all the little details in the Stroud Premium habs. Very similar in quality to the Falkland habs. If you have not tried them out, highly recommend it. Free too. And now we'll head up to the armory and the secondary or command bridge. This is an empty 1x1 tile hab that I built an armory into. A few suits for the crew. I think I've settled on running these Pathfinder suits for this run. And it looks like this crew is heavily into plasma weapons. That's right. We have plasma weapons in Starfield now. These things are sweet. This is a paid mod. Probably gonna make a quick video about it, but check this out. I love these things. More to come on that. And finally, we entered the command bridge. And on the port side, we've got a restroom. I don't know why, but building bathrooms is one of my favorite interior bits to do. And here's a small captain's quarters. This is just a Nova bunk that I was able to put a door and some accessories in. And just added a few more panels and consoles up here. Of course, another cockpit shoddy. And that's an interior. Alright, let's build this beast. Step 1. Walkable spaces. This is our bridges, plural, our habs, our bay, and our docker. Pretty simple here. I'll catch you in step 2. Step 2, the bow. Definitely some heavily merged bits here. Doing this section took me 4 tries to get it right, so hopefully the final result is rather followable. So Just do what I do, and you should end up with the same result. Of course, as always, if there's any questions, shoot me a comment and put a timestamp in there if you like, and I will happily help you out. The Arc 170 has that protruding bow action with that constantly decreasing angle back up to the main fuselage, and there really is not one or two parts to get that angle continuously, so hence the heavily merged bits up here. I'm not quite as happy as I'd like to be with the final result, but it is what it is. I think that's the best, at least that my imagination can come up with. Step 3. This is the stern of the ship, which includes our reactor, grav drive, fuel, basically all of our technical bits. Definitely a good amount of merging going on back here, but nothing specifically difficult, at least in my opinion. Now, this is the first build I've posted using these Gillibrand attachment spacers. They are part of the SMSEX mod, and they are quite helpful in getting proportions and basically where you want to attach parts correct. So make note of these attachment points because they do come in handy when we build the wings. Step 4. The wings and our engine assemblies. As usual, I have left one side intact for reference since they are mirror images of each other, and I broke down the other side. While making this video, I really thought that this was going to be more difficult than it actually is. I'm actually thinking that this particular step is one of the easiest to follow per the build guides that I've made. Let me know if you agree. Now our Gillibrand attachment expander here, the attachment right below it, right below the center one, it lines up right in the middle of the two, that hab and the bay, which allows us to bifurcate, word of the day, the hole, so we can get the wings centered down the whole line. So keep that in mind because that is where we will be attaching this wing once you finish it. Now back here with our decorative engines, I used the horizontal version of the Gillibrand attachment point expanders. We've got one on the top of this mini brace and one on the bottom, which allows us to get these decorative engines merged into each other to try and get that more of a singular engine per the original. This Avon Tech piece is what makes these weapon sponsons possible. Super happy I found it out, because these were looking kind of crap until I tried this part. Now these structural bits here are from the new Crimson Fleet manufacturer mod. Pretty freaking sweet. I highly recommend that one too. You have now claimed one of the finest heavy starfighters of the Star Wars universe, the Incom Arc 170. Hope you like this one. I sure as hell do. Let's take her for a combat tour. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. One of my favorite parts of this whole shipbuilding madness is getting an idea and chasing that idea. When I first saw these badtech flak guns, and that thought popped in my head, like, hey, that looks like an Arc 170 gun. Getting to this final build, that whole process of chasing that idea, that's definitely one of the reasons I'm so addicted to building these ships. Being that Lego kid that I was, this really is just digital Legos in space, and it is scratching that same creative itch, and I have zero plans of slowing down. I currently have 15 or 16 complete or almost complete ships in the builder, a couple Star Wars builds, a couple builds from other sci-fi universes, and of course quite a few original works. It seems every week almost new shipbuilding mods come out, and Starfield shipbuilding has never been better. I'm Cornelius. You can find me in the Star Yard.